I got one player on the deck, two players on the deck, everybody diving. Williamstown comes up with the basketball. Here's the shot. Boom! Bada bing, bada bing, bing, bing.
Now let's go courtside. Here's Brent Curtis.
Tonight, Radio Vermont is high above courtside at the Mecca of high school basketball, the Barry Auditorium. This is Division III Thursday, where four teams, the top four teams in Division III, battle out to get their invitation to the big dance on Super Saturday. Our feature presentation tonight matches up between the number 2 seed Hazen Union Wildcats and the number 3 seed Williamstown Blue Devils. These two teams have met 3 times during the regular season. Hazen took 2 out of 3, but the last one was just 2 weeks ago, and it was a barn burner. Williamstown came out with a 57-55 win. The Blue Devils, under Coach Jack Carrier, well, in the last 10 years, in the last 13 years, they have come out either on top, in other words, state champion, or runner-up 10 times. That's it. 6 wins and 4 runners-up for the state championship in the last 13 years. This is going to be an interesting matchup tonight as they come in with a record of 16-6, and they're ranked number 3. Williamstown is led by senior Thomas Parrott, Michael Murphy, and the rest of the crew on that starting lineup. The story for Williamstown tonight has got to be that they have to hit the threes early on. They've got to play tight defense, and they've got to beat Hazen in transition. The problem with that tonight is that Hazen is amped and they're ready to go. The entire village of Hardwick has been decked out in red and blue, and these players are ready to rock and roll. Now, in terms of the Wildcats, well, they come in ranked 2, and they got a record of 17-4 under Aaron Hill. They're going to look to the cousins, that's Xavier Hill and Carter Hill, the sophomore and senior, to take care of a lot of ball handling. They'll handle the ball up court, inside out, outside in. They're good basketball players, good IQ, and they're going to work with junior Tyler Rivard. Rivard is a solid basketball player, and he'll make it happen from down under. We'll be right back with the rest of the pregame show right after this.
Why do I love to teach? I love creating a classroom where my students feel warm and nurtured, learn to work together, and treat each other with kindness regardless of outward differences. I love watching them develop an enthusiasm for learning that will take them through life and give them the skills to do the things that they want to do as adults. I love knowing that I am making a difference. My name is Nora Skolnick. I teach at Randolph Elementary School, and that is why I love to teach.
Brought to you by the women and men of Vermont NEA.
Who wants to be just a number? Just another faceless name in a class? Not you. No way. You want to be known. Known by your professors. Known as the hometown kid who's going somewhere big. At Northern Vermont University, you'll be known at a university that feels just right. Be known. Due North.
Welcome home and complete your degree scholarships make it easy to transfer to a college that's closer to home where you can still explore the world. Take your next step at northernvermont.edu/transfer.
Maplewood Convenience Store and Deli is a proud part of the communities they serve. That's why they're excited to be able to bring you live coverage of local high school basketball. They are committed to supporting our local athletes and their families in any way they can. In these times, there will continue to be challenges, but Maplewood will continue to be there when you need to refresh, relax, and refuel. Maplewood and Barry, Waterbury, Rutland, South Royalton, and the Vermont Travelers Service Center in Berlin.
This is Northfield Savings Bank High School basketball on WDEV, presented by Maplewood and the Vermont Travelers Service Center. Northfield Savings Bank High School basketball, presented by your local Maplewood Convenience Store and the Vermont Travelers Service Center, continues with the pregame show, brought to you by the Vermont chapter of the NEA, because every child deserves a great public school. Time for high school sports tonight, a recap of last night's games, and a preview of tonight's action.
Have been on the Barry Auditorium this week, and this is how we got to where we are right now. For Hazen, ranked number 2, they beat number 15, Mill River. They went on to beat the number 10, Windsor Yellow Jackets, and that's how they end up here tonight with the number 3 seed, Williamstown Blue Devils. For Williamstown, well, they had to beat number 14, Leland and Gray. Then they went on to beat number 11, Bellas Falls, and that's what brought them here tonight. We'll be back with the Coach's Corner right after this.
Giving everything you've got on every possession, working with and supporting your team at every turn, treating each team member with respect, making sure you give your best every time. This is the essence of high school sports. It's also what we believe at Nelson Ace Hardware. At Nelson's, each team member gives their all and does their best for every customer. This is Bob Nelson of Nelson Ace Hardware. Linda and I appreciate not only your support of Nelson Ace Hardware, but your support of local area sports as well. Enjoy listening to the game, and remember, life is challenging, so play hard.
Why do I love to teach? I love creating a classroom where my students feel warm and nurtured, learn to work together, and treat each other with kindness regardless of outward differences. I love watching them develop an enthusiasm for learning that will take them through life and give them the skills to do the things that they want to do as adults. I love knowing that I am making a difference. My name is Nora Skolnick. I teach at Randolph Elementary School, and that is why I love to teach.
Brought to you by the women and men of Vermont NEA.
This is Northfield Savings Bank High School basketball on WDEV, presented by Maplewood and the Vermont Travelers Service Center. The Vermont NEA pregame show continues on WDEV with the Coach's Corner. Brought to you by Sticks and Stuff and Swanton Lumber, Vermont's most complete locally owned home center, online at sticksandstuff.com.
We're talking to Aaron Hill from Hazen Union High School. Coach, first of all, congratulations for getting here. But the question for me is, how did you get here this year?
We have really talented kids, kids that have been dedicated for a really, really long time, and coaches that they've had up through the ranks that have helped me immensely, benefited me. Mike Baker, Adam Gann, and AAU for us. Travis, my brother, coached some of these kids in middle school. Randy Lumsden's always working with kids. We have a number of coaches out there. I'm sure I'm not naming ones I should, but that have just gotten them ready. And we have kids that are hungry, have played together for years, and are unselfish and coachable.
Coach, the word from my constituents, if you'll allow me, my fellow press people, is that Hardwick has been dressed up in your colors for a few days. Is that accurate?
Yeah, our town is basketball crazy. Everybody knows it. This group of kids in particular, and I think coming off of COVID, people are very excited to be back here and excited to see how these kids do. But our community is one of the biggest reasons why we've had this success. Is what kid wouldn't want to play basketball when you have the community that we have and the support that we have.
Coach, I've asked you this hundreds of times over the years of our relationship, but what are you expecting out of Williamstown tonight?
Well, Williamstown, Jack's such a great coach. They're gonna change defenses. They're gonna throw a lot of pressure at you. Some 2-2-1 half-court traps, some 2-3 extended, some 2-3 where they don't extend as much, some man-to-man possibly. And they're gonna run some good set stuff for Clark to get some threes, and their spacing on offense for that dribble drive is really strong. So really well coached with kids that also have played a long time. Our kids have played AAU against. I can remember seeing those Williamstown kids when they were in 4th grade playing against our kids. So it's a long time.
Coach, that's excellent. That's the story from Hazen. We'll be back with the rest of the pregame right after this.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Macy from Mansfield Orthopedics here at Copley Hospital. My specialty is shoulder surgery and reconstruction. We have an incredible staff from physical therapy to surgery to non-operative care.
I'm Joe McLaughlin. I'm one of the orthopedic surgeons at Mansfield Orthopedics. My specialty is in hand and upper extremity surgery. Generally, I ask what it is that is troubling you. Once I get a handle on what your problem is, we talk about a number of different solutions to make that problem go away.
One of the reasons I went into orthopedics was because I love seeing my patients come back to me after their function has so dramatically improved. It's very gratifying to see that smile on the patient's face.
There's no reason that anyone should have to suffer with their pain or discomfort, and if you have any issues, we invite you to come and see us at Mansfield Orthopedics at Copley Hospital.
Mansfield Orthopedics. Experience when you need it the most. Call 888-8405.
There are a lot of places to buy a vehicle. However, there are only a few locally owned hometown dealerships left with folks you know and trust. Someone that'll be there for you when you need them most. Cody Chevrolet is one of those dealerships. Here's sales manager Mike Goslin.
We've been helping our neighbors buy, drive, and save money on dependable vehicles year after year. Cody Chevrolet is the dealership where friends send their friends. Cody Chevrolet Cadillac, located on the Barry Montpelier Road, or at CodyChevrolet.com. Chevrolet, find new roads.
Val San Giacomo de Tora and McQuestion. Experience matters. VDM Law has been providing valuable legal counsel to Vermonters for over 43 years. When you need a lawyer, you can rely on the experienced attorneys at VDM Law. From personal injury to real estate, environmental law to criminal defense, corporate law to estate planning, the attorneys at VDM Law can advise you. Visit VDMLaw.com for more information. Val San Giacomo de Tora and McQuestion, VDMLaw.com. Experience matters.
WDEV at 90 is brought to you in part by New England Municipal Resource Center, NEMRIC, proudly supporting local government, local businesses, and WDEV. 96.1 WDEV FM Warren, 96.5 W243 AT Barrie, 98.3 W252 CU Montpelier, AM 550 WDEV Waterbury. WDEV at 90 is underwritten by Northfield Savings Bank. They're the bank of you and everything you do at nsbvt.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Celebrating 90 years. WDEV.
This is Northfield Savings Bank High School basketball on WDEV, presented by Maplewood and the Vermont Travelers Service Center. The Vermont NEA pregame show continues on WDEV with the starting lineups. Brought to you by Matt Clark's Northern Basement Systems, fixing all things basementy. Online at northernnefoundations.com. Here are tonight's starting lineups.
Hazen Wildcats will have Baker, Hill, Carter Hill, Tyler Rivard, and Lincoln Mashad. Williamstown comes out with Parrott, Murphy, Donahue, Rulo, and Clark. All right, everybody's ready to rock and roll. Welcome aboard, everybody. Let's play some Division III basketball. Here's the opening tip-off. Going to come right down, picked up by Hazen. Into the forecourt. Here come the Wildcats. First to the right, then to the left. Dribble down, quick shot down the baseline, off the rim. Rebound, fought for, turnaround, put back, got it for two. Tyler Rivard, deuce off the glass on the putback. Hazen draws first blood. Here's Williamstown. Into the forecourt, step to the right wing. Hazen sticks right into the man-to-man. Here's the move off to the right side, working the basketball for Williamstown, and taking the shot, going to be Brady Donahue. Nice rebound underneath by Michael Murphy. Murphy goes all the way around the horn to the right side. He'll get it right back again. Now the peek to the left wing. Here's again, down the baseline, ball in the air, off the rim, no good. That's Blake Clark missing the jumper. Here comes Hazen back the other way. Carter Hill dumps one off to Xavier Hill. He hits the bada bing. What a super pass from Carter to Xavier. Back the other way. Williamstown down by 5. Up on top is Thomas Parrott. He'll dish it over left side, Donahue. Donahue gives it up to Parrott. Dribble into the lane, forces up a jump shot. It's off the rim, no good. Rebound fought for, out of bounds. They're going to say Williamstown touched it last. So the Wildcats of Hazen pick up the basketball, and into the forecourt, here they come. They've got a 5-point lead early in the first quarter. Carter Hill now passes into the middle to Xavier Hill. He traveled. He tried to get around the defender, and it didn't work. Tavian Rulo steps out for Williamstown. Coming in the game is going to be Quinn Higgins. Williamstown basketball. Here's the cross on midcourt. Blake Clark with the right-hand dribble. Bounce pass over to the left wing. He's got Michael Murphy there. Murphy doesn't stay on the left wing long. He heads right back to the middle. Now into the high post. They got it into Quinn Higgins. Nope, doesn't take the touch. He's going to dish it down under. Here's the layup. Got it for two. That's Blake Clark. Nice look under the basket. Good pass by Higgins. Hazen back the other way. They got Rivard in the middle. One dribble pass out to the left wing, Jaden Baker. He doesn't take the touch. Instead, he gives it up. Carter Hill, nice 15-footer. Off the rim, no good. Battle for the rebound. 1-2 bodies on the court. Williamstown comes up with it. Here are the Blue Devils into the forecourt, down by 3. Look to the outside, right wing. Nothing there. Ball's going to get tipped around, knocked out of bounds. Let's see, the officials want to confer on it. And they're going to say it was last touched by Hazen, so Williamstown maintains possession. 5:33 left to go in quarter number 1. Hazen up by 3, 5-2. Inbound pass quickly. Michael Murphy in the corner. He's being guarded by Jaden Baker. Up on top now, checking the defense, passing right back over to Murphy on the right wing. They're going to go down low to Higgins. Almost stolen away. Hazen double-teamed Higgins on that one. They haven't seen that yet. And it's very much like Aaron Hill said, both these coaches are going to throw everything but the kitchen sink at each other tonight. Inbound play, Williamstown up on top. The big man Higgins going to dish it up. Here's the dribble drive down the lane. Michael Murphy, they closed the door on him. He's going to go back outside the ring, and now they got a whistle and a foul of Xavier. Xavier Carter got all twisted up, I think. Yes, he did. He got all twisted up with 2 ball handlers, and the foul had to come from somewhere, and he was the guy. Interesting. Higgins out of the game. Rulo back in for Williamstown. Here's the inbound play for the Blue Devils. They're going to connect. Ball's going to be stolen away. Nice takeaway that time by Lincoln Michaud. This is Hazen after the takeaway. Outside shot, Xavier Hill off the rim, no good from Threeville. Williamstown with the rebound. Runner up the right side is Murphy. Murphy into the high post. Tavian Rulo, they're going to get him for the travel. Tavian Rulo was actually leaning backwards on Tyler Rivard in the paint. Rivard took a step to his right, and Rulo just kept on going, baby. 2-2-1 zone, looking at Hazen right now. From the outside, shot off the rim, no good. Rebound comes back to Jaden Baker. He'll give it up to Rivard with a quick pass over to the right side. Nothing on the right side. Back to Rivard in the middle. Turnaround jumper. Off the rim, no good. Rebound pulled down by Thomas Parrott, one of the tri-captains. He's going to call the ball from midcourt. He's going to bring out Blake Clark. Blake will take the basketball, go face-to-face with Jaden Baker from Hazen. He's going to reset the table now. Over to the right side is Parrott. He'll take a bounce pass, going one-on-one with Carter Hill. Cross-court, left side, looking. This is Michael Murphy. Murphy looks and dishes it right back up on top. Dribble drive, down the lane, kick out, outside shot! Bada bing! Thomas Parrott nails the bada bing. We're tied at 5. Hazen with the basketball into the forecourt. One dribble bounce pass up at the head of the key, now looking right. Quick bounce pass into the middle. They find Rivard. No shot for him. Onto the left side, Jaden Baker. Baker now with the right hand eases it up on top to Carter Hill. They're going to go down low, back on top. Hill takes it down the lane, pulls up, shoots it. That's got it for 2. Carter Hill stopped on a dime and went straight up in the air with his momentum and avoided the charge, got the deuce. 7-5. Hazen. Williamstown with the basketball. Left side bounce pass. Murphy directs traffic. Pass over to the right side. Donahue goes off the rim. One and done, because right there is Tyler Rivard. Here's a guy down court. He's going to lay it up. Got it for 2. Lincoln Michaud was all alone behind everybody. And Hazen goes up by 4, 9-5. Here's the set to the right side. Murphy with the right-hand dribble. They'll give it up to Parrott. Nowhere to go. They're going to round the horn to the left side. Donahue, no place to go. Into the middle. Dribble drive. Down low. Murphy. Here's the layup. Off the rim. No good. Rebound, Rivard, up court left side. Dribble drive, Baker! No! Big-time defense by Williamstown. Credit Rulo with that rejection. Into the forecourt. Here's Parrott, off the rim, no good. Gets his own rebound. And he's all tangled up. We had a body on the deck for about 14 seconds. Xavier Hill was there. There's going to be a whistle and a foul coming back against Hazen. Now, Williamstown is going to get 2 subs in immediately. Foul's going to come back to Lincoln Michaud from Hazen. That's his first. Thomas Parrott Going to put the ball into play. In it comes. There's the shot. Off balance. Going to go nowhere. Rebound picked up by Higgins. Now to the outside. Long distance call by Murphy. Off the rim. No good. He's going to go after his own rebound, but it's too late. Nice pick up there by Lincoln Michaud with the outlet pass to Xavier Hill. 9-5 Hazen. 2 minutes in the first quarter. Into the middle, turnaround look. This is Rivard. Goes off the rim, no good. Ball's going to be batted out of bounds. Hitting the deck pretty hard is Thomas Parrott. He's a 5'10 senior for Williamstown. He just shakes it off. These are the semifinals. The winner tonight goes on to play Winooski on Saturday. Winooski just demolished the Commodores. Working it hard now is Williamstown. Almost stolen. Parrott fakes the shot. Throws a no-look pass into the corner. There it is, off the rim, no good. Great pass to the left side. That was James DeForge, couldn't make it. Down the other end, Tyler Rivard with the layup. Got it for two. It's an 11-5 run here in the first quarter. It's Hazen on top, and we will be right back.
Tired of the same old worn-out holiday traditions? Well, put down that eggnog, Granny. It's going to get lively. Inject new energy into your holiday celebrations with fireworks from North Star Fireworks. North Star Fireworks, Vermont's premier fireworks supplier, has the largest inventory in Vermont, including rockets, aerials, firecrackers, and repeater cakes. North Star Fireworks celebrating good times with great fireworks for nearly 40 years. With locations in East Montpelier and St. Johnsbury. Online at NorthstarFireworks.com.
This is Northfield Savings Bank High School basketball on WDEV, presented by Maplewood and the Vermont Travelers Service Center.
And we're high above courtside in the Barry Auditorium for the Division III semifinal. Winner is going to go on to play Winooski. Right now it's Hazen on top, 11-5, but that could change in a heartbeat. Williamstown with the basketball. Quick to the outside looking. No shot on the left side. They're going to deal it right down the middle. They're looking for the man Higgins. Higgins can't handle it. Stolen away. Into the forecourt. Baker's going to take it down under. Got it for two. So Jaden Baker not only steals the basketball, he turns it into 2 points. 13-5. Hazen is on fire. Down low Higgins. Higgins for Williamstown. Kick out. Shot from the outside. From three, no! It's bada bing! What a nice shot from the outside. Dribble dive down. Rivard two. 15-8 is the story. Hazen doubles up Williamstown. Williamstown with the basketball. Deep into the corner on the right side. Looking for a cutter. Nobody home. This one's going to be stolen away. Nice grab by Jaden Baker. Up court to Hill. Xavier goes over to the right side. Michaud got it for two. Buddy, oh buddy, did that go fast. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Hazen up 17-8. Williamstown with the basketball. Up on top is Parrott. Parrott now gets the pick from Higgins. Dribbles to the right side. Ball's in the air. Is partially blocked. Nice play by Carter Hill. At the end of the first quarter, here's the story. It's going to be Hazen 17, Williamstown 8, and we will be right back.
At Matt Clark's Northern Basement Systems, they specialize in all things basement-y. Matt Clark's Northern Basement Systems is the leading basement waterproofing, crawl space, and moisture control and foundation repair contractor in Vermont and New Hampshire. Their state-of-the-art features will help get the water out of your basement and keep your basement dry now while preventing basement leaks and flooding far into the future. Let them weatherize your drafty crawl spaces and basements using spray foam insulation. Matt Clark's Northern Basement Systems. They specialize in all things basement-y.
At Northfield Savings Bank, we celebrate the ways you work and why you work. To build a business, to make a brighter future, to do something that matters. You don't do just one thing in your business. Neither do we. Whatever your size, you have goals for yourself and those around you. Our commitment is helping you get there. Builders, makers, doers. Northfield Savings Bank. Find out more about us at nsbvt.com. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
This is Northfield Savings Bank High School basketball on WDEV, presented by Maplewood and the Vermont Travelers Service Center.
So the stage is set for Saturday with one exception, the noon game. Division IV, Blue Mountain will take on White River. second game, Division II, will feature MSJ and Montpelier High School. And now Winooski at the 7:30 evening game is waiting to see who wins this one. Fans are on their feet here at the Berry Auditorium. This is Williamstown with the basketball. Down low, they got Thomas Parrott one-on-one with Hill. There's going to be a foul from behind, and I do think they're looking at Jaden Baker for the reach-in. Yes, they do. Jaden will get his first personal foul. They got to bring it's got to bring a dry cloth out here because there's so much perspiration. It's really warm in the Odd tonight. We like it that way. Toasty and roasty. Want to welcome everybody from WLVB. Wonderful to have you here with us. Good to be working this one together because I'll tell you what, there's nothing stronger than a Hazen fan. Inbound play. Williamstown with the basketball into the high post. They get it to Parrott. He's in trouble. He finally dribbles out of it, but they triple-teamed him. Bounce pass down low. Looking around, this is Rulo. Turnaround jumper around the rim, no good. Rebound fought for. I got one body on the deck. That was Brady Donahue. The ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be Hazen basketball. 7:33 left to go in the half. It's a 17-8 Hazen lead, but that could disappear in a second. Looking at a 2-3 extended zone out of Williamstown. Over to the corner, this is Lincoln Mashad. Back up around quickly. On the left wing, it's Asha Gould. Up top, now here's a little 15-foot jump shot. It goes off the rim by Carter Hill. Mashad with the putback, no good. This time the rebound is going to come down to Thomas Parrott. Parrott picks up the rebound, gets the signal from the sideline. Off to the right side he goes, deep into the right corner. Back up on top, they pass it up to Blake Clark. Clark against Gould, down the lane, puts it up, off the backboard, no. Rebound back to Clark, got it for two! Clarkie follows his shot 2 times, and the third time's a charm. 17-10. Hazen on top by 7. They've got the lead in the basketball. Into the middle now. Turn around and look. This is Rivard. Pass down under to Hill. No! Great play by Williamstown. Nice takeaway by Thomas Parrott. Quick up court, left side, dribble drive. Look out, look out! I got 4 bodies on the deck. That was a dribble drive by Blake Clark on a fast break. Everybody's okay. The officials are checking with everyone. There is going to be a foul. Asha Gould is going to come up with his first personal foul for Hazen. That's going to send Blake Clark to the foul line. 17-10. Clark at the foul line. Ball's in the air. Got it. 17-11. Williamstown, 2 more substitution. Quinn Higgins is back in the game. Greer Peliquin comes back in the game. One more time at the foul line. Blake Clark, the 5'10 tri-captain. He's a senior. Eyes it, shoots it, nails it. 17-11, 6-point game. Hazen with the lead and the basketball. Xavier Hill on the left wing. Nothing for him there. They're going around the horn to the right side. This is Carter Hill. Carter up on top. Slowly, Jaden Baker dribble. Plays pass and catch on the left side with Xavier Hill. Hill with a left-hand dribble. Bounce pass once up on top. Almost stolen away. Williamstown with the steal. Let's see if Peliquin can hold it. He does. Greer Peliquin, nice steal. He takes it into the forecourt. Sets it up on the right wing. Up on top. Here's the quick pass. Working, it's going to be Blake Clark. Clarkie going one-on-one with Baker. Left side, Parrott launches a high 3. Up in the air and through. Bada bing. Wow. Nice play all the way around by Thomas Parrott. And now at the other end, they are going through. We're going to call, you're not going to believe this. They're going to call Tyler Rivard for a charge. Aaron Hill is just beside himself. I saw the play, I just couldn't see it happen. I didn't see the charge. Nonetheless, I'm the least important person here. Got a timeout, we'll keep it right here. 5:36 left to go here in the first half. It's now a 2-point game. Hazen's up 17-15. Williamstown battling back, and they're starting to pull the trigger from the outside. I was kind of interested in who was going to get the first green light to take it from the perimeter, and it's going to be Williamstown. They're going to start to take it from the outside now. Their big guy, Quinn Higgins, is going mano a mano with Lincoln Machad down there. What a great matchup that is. I like it when the bigs start bumping. All right, the joint's rocking here at the auditorium. This is the last Division III semifinal. Winner here goes on to play on Saturday. They'll be playing Winooski. What a show Winooski put on earlier tonight. Into the forecourt, here comes Williamstown. Working it, it's going to be Parrott. He has a partially blocked 10-footer. Going to come down to Xavier Hill into the forecourt. Hazen with the basketball. They're going to go to the low post. They're working it to Rivard. He doesn't take it. Out to Jaden Baker for a long three. Off the rim, no, but going right over the back. No doubt about it, it's Asha Gould. He just came in from the back and got all arm, no ball. That'll be 2 on Asha. Williamstown basketball in the backcourt. They're down by 5 with 5:10 left to go here in the first half. Into the forecourt. Off to the right side, working the basketball. Blake Clark, cross-court left side. Brady Donahue launches a quick three off the rim, no good. This is going to go out of bounds. The officials are going to have to confer. And the decision is, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to go off Hazen, so Williamstown maintains possession on the offensive end. Thomas Parrott, inbound play. He'll send it into Blake Clark. Around the horn to the left side, Brady Donahue. Donahue up on top to Parrott. Parrott one-on-one with Hill. Here's his three. It's high off the rim. Rebound picked up nicely by Xavier Hill. He's going to get fouled. Watch out, watch out. Greer Peliquin is going to get caught for the reach-in. That'll be his first personal foul for Williamstown. Hazen with the ball in the backcourt. They own a 2-point lead, just a 2-point lead. 17-15, 4:41 left to go in the first half. Here comes Xavier Hill with a right-hand dribble into the high post. Kick out, deep to the left corner. No shot for anybody against this tight zone. Up on top now, Rivard comes out of the high post. He'll pass it around the horn again. Down low, they got Hill. Hill tries to make a move. He loses control, picked up by Williamstown. Back the other way into the forecourt. Here come the Blue Devils. Up on top, this is Blake Clark dribbling down the lane. Tries to do a little bounce pass magic to Tavian Rulo, but there were three sets of 2 feet in the way. They all got bumped. So Williamstown maintains possession. Inbound pass. Another little kick-a-rooney. And that's good because that was going to get stolen. Once again, Williamstown underneath the basket on the offensive end, trying to get it into play. Into Rulo, out to Peliquin. Peliquin dribbles off to the left side, down the lane. Almost loses control. He'll dish it right back up to Blake Clark. Clark out of control totally, but away from the basket. We've got a whistle and a foul. So Jaden Baker's going to get his second personal foul. 4 substitutions coming in for Williamstown. Will catch up with it. I saw the greatest sign here the other night in the Montpelier game. It was a picture of Will Brzezzi, and the wording said, "Will Brzezzi is a gift from God." It made me laugh. Got the first one? Yes, sir. That's Blake Clark. Hits the front end of a 1-and-1. There's 17 fouls on Hazen. That's what puts it into the 1-and-1. Blake Clark one more time. Round the rim, drops in. Williamstown ties it up, 17-all with 3:59 left to go here in the half. This is going to be tipped out of bounds, but it's last touched by Hazen. Excellent play by senior Thomas Parrott. The 5'10 senior has had an incredible career at Williamstown, and this year probably capped it off. Into the forecourt. Here come the Blue Devils. Off to the right side now looking. Nothing on the right side. Try the left side to Peliquin. He's going to launch a three that doesn't make the basket. Oh, it's stolen away underneath. Ball's going to go out of bounds. Let's see who had the last touch on it. They're going to say it was Hazen. Williamstown maintains possession. Aaron Hill doesn't like it. Here's the shot again. Ball's off the backboard. No. Rebound to Rulo. Here's a turnaround with the left hand. No. Ball's back up in the air. Picked up this time by Hazen. Up court left side. This is Xavier Hill. Xavier sends it into the high post. Gets it into Rivard. They're going to mug him in the high post. So now they go cross court. Right side Hill. Then back to the left wing. Rivard in the middle. Tries a bounce pass to Mashad. He got it. He got it. Lincoln Mashad in heavy traffic, got fouled twice on his way up to the shot. And the whistle and a foul was going to come back to James. Let's wait and see it. James DeForge, I believe. Yep. Just in the game, gets his first personal foul. Mashad's going to go to the foul line. First trip to the foul line for this young man tonight. He's going to nail it. He got the three-point play the old-fashioned way, the bucket and the bruise. 20-17. Hazen on top, Williamstown with the basketball. Over to the left side, going to be DeForge. Into the high post, kick out now, around the horn to the right side, Clark. He'll dish it up to Pelican on the right wing, going one-on-one with Xavier Hill. Deep into the corner, here's a long three. It's off the rim, no good. Big-time rebound by Lincoln Mashad. Hazen's on the run, down low, bad pass, good recovery. Here's the move by Gabe Mashad. No, can't get it off. Underneath, shot in the air, Tyler Rivard. How did he do it? Tyler Rivard with a little bit of magic in it. Deuce off the glass. 22-17. Hazen up. Williamstown with the basketball. Left side, Pelican fakes the shot. One dribble bounce pass. Up to the head of the key, it's Blake Clark. Back to Pelican. He's going to take the shot again. Around the rim, out. Rebound. Williamstown. This is Parrott. Here's the putback. No. Battling underneath. Williamstown comes up with the rebound again. Onto the left side, Thomas Paris launches his own three. Bada bing! Thomas Paris hits the bada bing. 22-20 is the story. Hazen up by 2. They've got the lead and the basketball. Into the high post, they pass to Rivard. Rivard looks for a cutter. Nope. Deep into the corner, he's going to go for Carter Hill. Carter dribbles into the lane with a turnaround jumper. The whole intent of that move was to get a foul, and he got it. He went fishing, he went trolling, and he got a bite. It was Tavian Rulo. This is going to send Carter Hill to the foul line. First trip to the foul line tonight for the 5'11 senior. Eyes it, shoots it, spins it out. Williamstown now back to the two-person substitution. We'll catch up with that in just a moment. Meanwhile, back at the foul line, Carter Hill is 0 for 1 at the foul line. His team is up by 2. Here's the second one. He nails it. 23-20. Minute 50 left to go in the first half. Up court quickly. They find Brady Donahue on the left side. Can't do anything with it. They're going to send it right back over to him. Brady just draws that defense over. It's a 2-3 zone coming out of Hazen. Oh, almost intercepted. That's Lincoln Mashad, the 6'2 junior, getting way up high. Williamstown basketball. They're going to have it on the offensive end. Here's the play. Around the horn to the right side, Parrott. He doesn't take the touch. Left side, Donahue. Working it. Parrott again. Over to the right wing. This is James DeForge. DeForge, nothing. Minute 20 on the clock. Parrott with a one dribble pass. He finds Clark in the middle. Now to the left side, Brady Donahue. Bada bing! Tied at 23. Here comes Hazen on the right side. Carter Hill overshoots the basket. Rebound fought for. Who's going to get it? Nice pickup by Xavier Hill. Up on top. Hold it, hold it, hold it. The official blows the whistle, and I'm not sure what he's blowing it for. He does spot a foul. Thomas Parrott is going to get his first personal foul. Hazen puts it into play. Right down the middle. Rivard dumps it off to Mashad. Misses the layup. Nice pickup by Quinn Higgins from Williamstown. It's Williamstown on the attack now. Over to the right side with a left-hand dribble. Nothing there. James LaForge will take it. He'll send it right back over to the right side. Ball's in the air. Bada bing! Holy Toledo. Clarkie. Blake Clark with a three. 26-23 Williamstown. Hazen now down by 3. Bad pass intercepted. Here's the layup. Williamstown got it for the deuce. That's Blake Clark again. Hazen threw it away. It turned into 2 points for Williamstown. 5-point lead now for the Blue Devils. Here's another pass intercepted. 7 seconds on the clock. Bringing the ball up court. It's going to be Blake Clark. Going to launch a three. Oh, off the rim. At the end of the first half, get back, get ready for this. It's going to be Williamstown 28 and Hazen 23. We'll be back with the first half wrap-up right after this.
Maplewood Convenience Store and Deli is a proud part of the communities they serve. That's why they're excited to be able to bring you live coverage of local high school basketball. They are committed to supporting our local athletes and their families in any way they can. In these times, there will continue to be challenges, but Maplewood will continue to be there when you need to refresh, relax, and refuel. Maplewood and Barry, Waterbury, Rutland, South Royalton, and the Vermont Travelers Service Center in Berlin.
Why do I love to teach? I love creating a classroom where my students feel warm and nurtured, learn to work together, and treat each other with kindness regardless of outward differences. I love watching them develop an enthusiasm for learning that will take them through life and give them the skills to do the things that they want to do as adults. I love knowing that I am making a difference. My name is Nora Skolnick. I teach at Randolph Elementary School, and that is why I love to teach.
Brought to you by the women and men of Vermont NEA.
Who wants to be just a number? Just another faceless name in a class? Not you. No way. You want to be known. Known by your professors. Known as the hometown kid who's going somewhere big. At Northern Vermont University, you'll be known at a university that feels just right. Be known. Due North.
Welcome home and complete your degree scholarships make it easy to transfer to a college that's closer to home where you can still explore the world. Take your next step at northernvermont.edu/transfer.
This is Northfield Savings Bank High School basketball on WDEV, presented by Maplewood and the Vermont Northfield Travelers Savings Bank Service High School Center. basketball on WDEV, presented by your local Maplewood store and the Vermont Travelers Service Center, continues with the halftime show.
Great first half of basketball we had in this semifinal matchup between Williamstown and Hazen. At the end of the first quarter, Hazen had taken a 17-8 lead, and then going into the half, Williamstown came back strong in the second quarter, and they went into the halftime owning a 5-point lead over Hazen, 28-23. Let's take a look at the scoring first for Williamstown. Thomas Parrott, 12 points. Here's the story with Parrott. They're all three balls. 1, 2, 3, 4 three balls. 2 in the first quarter, 2 in the second. Parrott was on fire. Brady Donahue with 3 points. He launched a 3 in the second quarter. Blake Clark with 13 points, 1 3-pointer, but he's actually 4 for 4 at the foul line, which has carried him through in the second quarter. Now, Hazen, let's talk about their scoring. Not what we're used to. Jaden Baker, 2 points. Xavier Hill, 3. That's a 3-ball in the first quarter. Carter Hill, 3 points. 1 for 2 at the foul line. Tyler Rivard, 8 points. They're all deuces. 3 came in the first quarter, 1 in the second. And then Lincoln Michaud, he comes in with 7 points. Not the Hazen we're used to. Interesting, we wondered in the beginning who was going to get the first green light to start to shoot from the outside. Definitely it was Williamstown. Williamstown went green light right after the first quarter, and that's when they started to launch them from the perimeter. So in that second quarter, between 3 players, they actually scored 1, 2, 3, 4 3 balls. How does this change? These two teams are just trying to make the opposition, play their game. Both of them doing the same thing. Nothing new. We've seen all the zone. Well, actually, we've seen most of the zones from Williamstown. We've seen the man-to-man, seen the zone from Hazen. Now, what we haven't seen from Williamstown, and it's coming, and it's usually coming in the third quarter, is going to be that 2-person zone, that 2-person trap, and then that's going to lead to problems. Now, Hazen knows it's coming, and they're going to do one of two things. They're going to either try to dribble through it, or they're going to adjust their pass pattern so that they can pass their way out of the trap. That's what's going to happen in the third quarter. Overall, good basketball game. I'll tell you what, though, these coaches watched long and hard as Winooski took care of the Commodores from Virginia in the first game. That's the story from Barry Auditorium. Once again, that story is Williamstown 28, Hazen 23 in the Division III semifinal. We'll send it back to Andy McMichaels back at the mothership for the out-of-town scoreboard.
The usual celebration. a North Star fireworks celebration. Invigorate any occasion with fireworks from North Star Fireworks. North Star Fireworks, Vermont's premier fireworks supplier, has the largest inventory in Vermont, including rockets, aerials, firecrackers, and repeater cakes. North Star Fireworks, celebrating good times with great fireworks for nearly 40 years, with locations in East Montpelier and St. Johnsbury. Online at NorthstarFireworks.com.
At Matt Clark's Northern Basement Systems, they specialize in all things basement-y. Matt Clark's Northern Basement Systems is the leading basement waterproofing, crawl space, and moisture control and foundation repair contractor in Vermont and New Hampshire. Their state-of-the-art features will help get the water out of your basement and keep your basement dry now while preventing basement leaks and flooding far into the future. Let them weatherize your drafty crawl spaces and basements using spray foam insulation. Matt Clark's Northern Basement Systems. They specialize in all things basement-y.
Val San Giacomo de Torre in McQuestion. Experience matters. VDM Law has been providing valuable legal counsel to Vermonters for over 43 years. When you need a lawyer, you can rely on the experienced attorneys at VDM Law. From personal injury to real estate, environmental law to criminal defense, corporate law to estate planning, the attorneys at VDM Law can advise you. Visit VDMLaw.com for more information. Val San Giacomo de Torre and McQuestion, VDMLaw.com. Experience matters.
Northfield Savings Bank High School basketball on WDEV, presented by your local Maplewood store and the Vermont Travelers Service Center, continues with the out-of-town scoreboard.
I'm Andy McMichael in the Radio Vermont studios. Major League Baseball players have voted to accept management's latest offer for a new labor deal, paving the way to end a 99-day lockout and salvage a 162-game regular season that will begin on April 7th. The deal raises the luxury tax and minimum salary while also creating a $50 million bonus pool established for players not yet eligible for arbitration. Also coming to baseball is a universal designated hitter and a playoff expansion from 10 to 12 teams. Georgia's men's basketball coach, Tom Crean, has been fired after a 26-loss season that ended with yesterday's 35-point setback against Vanderbilt in the first round of the SEC tournament. Georgia set a school record for most losses in a season while losing its final 12 games. The Bulldogs won only 3 SEC game, another low for the program. The Brooklyn Nets visit Philadelphia 76ers in the first meeting between the teams since the blockbuster trade involving James Harden and Ben Simmons tonight. Michigan coach Juwan Howard was on his best behavior Tuesday. Sure, he worked the officials, and yes, he barked out instructions to his players throughout a key game against Indiana at the Big Ten tournament. But after serving a 5-game suspension, Howard wasn't about to do anything that would get him into even more trouble. Tiger Woods' Hall of Fame speech made no mention of the accomplishments that landed him at the podium in the first place. Just as tellingly, Woods gave no hints about what he might do next. And finally, the Toronto Maple Leafs will be without number 1 goaltender Jack Campbell for at least the next 2 weeks because of a rib injury. Head coach Sheldon Keefe says the 30-year-old Campbell tweaked something over a while ago and aggravated the issue during a 26-save performance on Tuesday night's 6-4 victory over the Seattle Kraken. Campbell had an excellent start to the season to earn his first All-Star nod. Coming up, we've got second half action right here on WDEV.
I'm Brian Monnier. I'm a foot and ankle orthopedic surgeon here at Copley Hospital with Mansfield Orthopedics. I became a doctor because I'm passionate about caring for people and educating people. I see myself more as a guide to teach you about your foot and ankle problems so you can make an informed decision on what type of treatment you want. I can help people with traumatic injuries, sports injuries, foot reconstruction, arthritis problems. I was trained in total ankle replacements, which is a newer procedure to treat arthritis of the ankle, and I'm excited to offer it to the community here. Copley Hospital's got a cutting-edge technology, wonderful facilities, great staff and people, and I think we're going to be able to help take very good care of you and your family.
Mansfield Orthopedics at Copley Hospital. Call 888-8405 or visit online at copleyvt.org.
There are a lot of places to buy a vehicle. However, there are only a few locally owned hometown dealerships left with folks you know and trust. Someone that'll be there for you when you need them most. Cody Chevrolet is one of those dealerships. Here's sales manager Mike Goslin.
We've been helping our neighbors buy, drive, and save money on dependable vehicles year after year. Cody Chevrolet is the dealership where friends send their friends. Cody Chevrolet Cadillac, located on the Barry Montpelier Road, or at CodyChevrolet.com. Chevrolet, find new roads.
96.1 WDEV FM Warren, 96.5 W243 AT Barry, 98.3 W252 CU Montpelier, AM 550 WDEV Waterbury.
This is Northfield Savings Bank High School basketball on WDEV, presented by Maplewood and the Vermont Traveler Service Center.
And welcome back to the Barry Auditorium. Hazen puts it into play to start the second half. Up at the head of the key is going to be Xavier Hill. Hill will dish it over to Baker, then back to Hill. They play pass and catch. Deep to the corner, dribble drive in. This is Carter Hill off the backboard. No, put back, no. But Tyler Rivard is going to get a foul on his putback. And it's a shooting foul. He will go to the line for two. Foul is going to come back to, that'll be Tavian Rulo getting his second. Rivard to the foul line, 8 points in the first quarter for the 6'4 junior. He'll nail that one on his first trip to the foul line. Hazen makes it a 4-point game with Rivard back at the foul line for the second of two. Rulo is going to come out for Williamstown, and coming in is going to be James DeForge, the 6-foot senior. Meanwhile, back at the foul line, Tyler Rivard stands by for the second of two. That kisses the front rim. Picked up by Parrott. Now here comes Williamstown into the forecourt. They own a 4-point lead. Blake Clark, right-hand dribble, slowly looking over to the right side. Here's the setup, here's the shot. Ball's in the air, off the rim, no good. Knocked out of bounds by Williamstown. That long shot, by the way, from Williamstown came by James DeForge. Here comes Hazen back the other way. This is their second attempt here in the second half. In the middle to Rivard, kick out left side, now to the left wing. Jaden Baker, 2-dribble pass up top. He'll come up, follow the pass, get it back. Baker into the left corner. He just got Mashad down there. Mashad doesn't take it. They're making this 2-1-2 zone from Williamstown really rotate quickly. Xavier Hill up on top. He's got Jaden Baker, goes into the corner. Again, Mashad looks, doesn't take it. They're going to go back up on top. They're going to rotate Rivard first to the left, now to the right side of the key. Terrible pass by Carter, and it went right into the hands of Williamstown. Back the other way, it's Thomas Parrott. Parrott with the right-hand dribble kicks off quick to the right side. Doesn't stay there long, into the middle now. Around the horn to the left side, Parrott gets it back. Right-hand dribble, moves in. Out to the right wing, spin move, down the lane, kick out. Here's the shot in the air by Donahue, off the rim, no good. Tyler Rivard with a rebound for Hazen. They're up court in a heartbeat. Xavier Hill into the middle to Rivard. He faces the basket. They're going to double team him. Finally unloads it. Over to the right corner now. Down low, Rivard gets it back. Here it is with the left hand. Ooh! Spins around the room. Comes out. Parrott back the other way for Williamstown. They were up by 4, 28-24, early in the third quarter. Off to the left side now looking. It's going to be Parrott with a 1-dribble pass up on top to Michael Murphy. He doesn't hold it long. He's going to dish it over to Brady Donahue. He tries to knock on the door. He turned him down, but right back into the middle, and who nails it? Yeah, buddy. That was a sweet shot right there by James DeForge. And this one's going to go out of bounds. Sloppy passing by Hazen, and Aaron Hill is going to call for an immediate timeout just because this one had all the potential of going getting out of control. Right now it's Williamstown by 6, 30-24. Both teams came out pushing it hard. Only 3 points scored, 2 for Williamstown, 1 for Hazen. Hazen took 1 out of 2 at the foul line. Shot by James Beforge really made it was actually a nice-looking shot. So both teams doing a lot of running around with not a lot of scoring here. Both coaches need to correct that immediately. They've had the look. Certainly Rivard was battling in the middle there. Rivard had been going at it with Quinn Higgins for a little bit. They had playing bumpity-bump. And then Higgins just rotated out, as Williamstown likes to do. You know, in the earlier game tonight, it was interesting because I'm up here with the media, and Virgins has dark blue uniforms, but the numbers are so lightly stitched you can't see them. And as the jersey gets sweatier, they disappear. And we all made the same observation. It was very interesting. The Commodores have ended their season. Winooski is going on to Saturday. Into the forecourt now. Here's Williamstown. Parrott slips and falls down. Ball's going to be stolen away by Carter Hill. Quick dribble onto the right side now. Down by 6. Hazen has the basketball. Rivard all the way across court and then in the middle to Gould. Rivard in the deep right corner. Cross court. He finds Jaden Baker. They're going to throw that one away. So Baker tries to dribble into the lane and just totally loses control. Ball goes out of bounds, and Williamstown's going to bring it back the other way. So Hazen squanders an opportunity, and they're down 6. Can't do many of those. Into the forecourt, here's Williamstown. Up on top, it's Parrott. Quick pass over to the left side. He finds Donahue. He'll dump pass into the middle. Shots in the air, no good. With the basketball, kicking out to Parrott. He's going to go down the lane, bounce pass into the corner. Another long three. Off the rim, no good. This is going to go right back to Williamstown. 4:44 left to go into third. It's a 6-point lead by the number 3 seed Williamstown. Looking for the inbound pass. This is Division III Thursday. Both games are Division III. Kick to the outside. Cross court. Williamstown working it. Down low. Turnaround jumper goes off the rim by Parrott. And there's going to be a follow-up foul as Thomas just reached right around Tyler Rivard. He'll get that call. He'll get that call every single time. 2 fouls now scheduled for Williamstown. Back the other way is going to be Hazen. Xavier Hill, the sophomore, 6'1", sends it into Gould down the lane. There he goes. Left hand got it for 2. Asha Gould makes it a 4-point game. Williamstown with the lead in the basketball. Over to the right side, Michael Murphy's trying to pull Thomas Parrott out, but Parrott's refusing. They're going to give it up to Clark now. Now he gives it to Parrott. Parrott from the foul line back to Clark. Once the baseline takes it, he's going to take a little push and shove as he goes down the baseline. The official catches that one immediately. Jaden Baker is going to get the foul. Inbound play. Williamstown with the basketball. Up on top, checking it's going to be Michael Murphy. Murphy around the horn, now deep into the corner on the left side. Down low. Here's the move to the basket. No, he's going to dump it off. Work to the outside, Donahue. Donahue's going to lose it, then pick it up, nail it for 2. Grady Donahue lost control, and when he recovered it, everybody was out of position. 32-26 is the story. Williamstown on top, and they're going to steal the basketball. Bad pass by Asa Gould. Williamstown back the other way. They're up by 6, 32-26. 3:24 in the game. Dribble drive down the lane. Clark, fadeaway jumper off the backboard. No. Rebound fought for. Picked up by Williamstown. Up on top, Thomas Parrott. He'll dish it over to Michael Murphy outside the circle. Murphy, slow, deliberate dribble. He's going to turn around, launch a 3. It's off the rim, no good, but the rebound's there for Williamstown. Thomas Parrott's going to fake it, stop and pop a 3. I don't know, in and out, but underneath the basket, we had some push me, shove you going on. Going to come back against Williamstown. Foul's going to come back to Brady Donahue. That's Brady's first. Jack Carrier pulls him out, looks a little grumpy, so let him cool down a little bit. Hazen will have the basketball. Hazen's down 32-26 with 2:58 left to go in the third. Into the fourth quarter, it's Jaden Baker. He'll dish it up now, Asher Gould. Gould doesn't hold it long, gives it back to Jaden Baker. Gould now, pass over to the left side. Into the middle, they got Carter. Carter Hill, turnaround jumper, got it for two. Nice move by Hill. 32-28 is the story. Williamstown with the lead and the basketball. Up on top now, this is Asha Gould. Bounce pass over to the left side. Almost backcourt, recovered. Working it. This is Peliquin. Pelican with a terrible pass, but oh my God, Thomas Barrett got actually mugged by two Hazen players. I mean, they took him out. Wonder who's going to get the call. They're going to give this one to Asa Gould. That'll make 3 for him. It's going to go right back to Parrott at the foul line. 12 points on the night tonight. We talked about it earlier. All 3-pointers, first trip to the foul line for him. He's going to have a little dance and a little boogie on the rim, and then it falls in. Parrott, a 5'10 senior for Williamstown. Just an incredible career, and it's just a great year for him. Ball's in the air, got it. 34-28, Williamstown. I've seen both these teams so many times, and they are just exceptional athletes. Onto the left side, Gould. Back up on top. They've pulled Mashad out. Now to the corner. Here's a long-distance call by Xavier Hill. Goes off the rim. It's one and done for Hazen. And now Thomas Parrott. His team is up by 6. They're starting to take their time with 1:52 in the third. This is Peliquin with a left-hand dribble. Bounce pass to Parrott, way out the circle on the left side. He's going to dribble to the center of the court. Right in front of him is Carter Hill. Bounce pass. He's got Tavian Rouleau in the high post. Rouleau, spin move. Ball's in the air. No good. Rebound comes down to Tyler Rivard. Outlet pass here. They go all the way up court to Asher Gould. Down low, Mashad. Bounce pass. Carter Hill off the backboard. Got it for 2. Oh, ho, ho. Bob Cousy is clapping his hands right now. 34-30. Hazen on top. Williams with the basketball. Williamstown's got the basketball with 1 minute and 11 seconds in the third. Into the middle. They got it to Parrott. Dish to the outside, Rouleau. Back up on top, Peliquin. Bounce pass over to the right side. Looking for a cutter. Nobody's home. Dribbling in, back out is Michael Murphy. Murphy passes off to the right side, working it over there. Nothing going on. They're going to try to go down low. Terrible, terrible pass by Murphy. Parrott just looked behind him to see the ball go behind him. Hazen back the other way. They're down by 4, 37 seconds in the third. Little stop and pop by Carter Hill off the rim, no. Rebound to Mashad. Kick out one more time to Carter Hill. This time it's good. Don't miss it 2 times. You go to the bench. 34-32. 18 seconds on the clock. Williamstown by 2. They've got the lead in the basketball. Thomas Parrott. Thomas with the left-hand dribble on the right wing. He's just taking his sweet time. Now he moves towards the basket, which he has to do. He'll stop and pop. Little 10-footer. In and out. He goes after his own rebound. Sends it into Peliquin. Here's a 17-foot jumper off the rim at the buzzer. At the end of 3, the story is Williamstown 34 and Hazen 32. We'll be back with the 4th and final period right after this.
Giving everything you've got on every possession. Working with and supporting your team at every turn. Treating each team member with respect. Making sure you give your best every time. This is the essence of high school sports. It's also what we believe at Nelson Ace Hardware. At Nelson's, each team member gives their all and does their best for every customer. This is Bob Nelson of Nelson Ace Hardware. Linda and I appreciate not only your support of Nelson Ace Hardware, but your support of local area sports as well. Enjoy listening to the game, and remember, life is challenging, so play hard.
There are a lot of places to buy a vehicle. However, there are only a few locally owned hometown dealerships left with folks you know and trust. Someone that'll be there for you when you need them most. Cody Chevrolet is one of those dealerships. Here's sales manager Mike Goslin.
We've been helping our neighbors buy, drive, and save money on dependable vehicles year after year. Cody Chevrolet is the dealership where friends send their friends. Cody Chevrolet Cadillac, located on the Barry Montpelier Road, or at CodyChevrolet.com. Chevrolet, find new roads.
This is Northfield Savings Bank High School basketball on WDEV, presented by Maplewood and the Vermont Travelers Service Center.
One of these teams is 8 minutes away from the state championship coming up on Saturday. One of these teams will play Winooski, the other is going to go home. This is what it all boils down to. This is the hours on a bus, the hours on a practice court, the hours in the game, the late night studying. It's on the line right now. Williamstown has a 2-point lead, 34-32. Down low, the big guy Higgins muscles his way in, hits the backboard. They're going to say that Michaud actually touched it. I'm not buying it. I just watched that ball hit the backboard and go out of bounds. But let's play the game. Williamstown. No, it's too much time. Thomas Parrott, he tried desperately to get that ball into play, but Hazen Union, with an absolutely smothering man-to-man defense, made it impossible to get the ball into play. Lowengraf up on top. He'll take the basketball. Baker throws it to nobody. Finally, it's nicely recovered. In the middle, Carter Hill wants to take a jump, can't do it. Left side, Jaden Baker. He heads into the lane. Can't do it. Gould will launch one from Freeville. Bada bing! Asha Gould makes it a 1-point ball game. Williamstown back the other way. This is going to be Murphy on top. Cross court, right side. Parrott with a kick out. Dribble drive in. Oh, man, we had all kinds of collisions. Parrott hit the deck, and standing over him was Jaden Baker. The question is, did he have the smoking gun? Yes, he did. Baker now, 4 fouls. Substitution in for Baker is going to be Gabe Michaud, the sophomore. Inbound play now. This is Michael Murphy for Williamstown. Up on top, looking is Donahue. Brady hits the back rim. Rebound, Carter Hill. Outlet pass to Xavier. Xavier down the right side, down low. He's got Rivard. Turnaround jumper. No. He goes reverse layup instead. He misses it. Ball comes out. Hazen recovers it. Picked up down low in the middle. They find Rivard. Rivard battles his way for the layup. No. Then the ball's knocked out of bounds. From behind, Thomas Parrott. And I'll tell you what, that got rugged underneath. Tyler Rivard figured he'd been bounced around just about enough. It'll be Hazen ball. Great defense by Williamstown. My word. Here's the inbound play. Going to be stolen away. This is Williamstown with the takeaway. Credit Thomas Parrott. Into the forecourt. Hazen by 1. Here's a long shot by Clark. Doesn't make the basket. But it's almost stolen away underneath the basket. Ball goes out of bounds, and Hazen will take it. Hazen with a 1-point lead. And Williamstown just I don't want to use the word squandered again, but boy, they would like that series back. Into the forecourt, Hazen. Onto the left side, Rivard. Cross court, right side, Xavier Hill. Shoots a bada bing! Xavier Hill, that ball danced and pranced and fell in. Back the other way. Williamstown gets their own 3-point launch. This one no good. It's a scud. Into the forecourt, here comes Hazen. They're now up by 4. Recently, they were down by 8. Here's the shot in the air. It's off the rim, no good. Rebound picked up by Williamstown. Into the forecourt, here they come. Michael Murphy looks to Jack Carrier. We get a timeout. It's 38-34 Hazen, and we will be right back.
At Northfield Savings Bank, we celebrate the ways you work and why you work. To build a business, to make a brighter future, to do something that matters. You don't do just one thing in your business. Neither do we. Whatever your size, you have goals for yourself and those around you. Our commitment is helping you get there. Builders, makers, doers. Northfield Savings Bank. Find out more about us at nsbvt.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Northfield Savings Bank High School basketball on WDEV, presented by Maplewood and the Vermont Travelers Service Center.
You know, all year long, we get the great board ops, and I want to thank Peter Cormier and, of course, Andy McMichaels. They do such a superb job back at the motherships, and always grateful for the hard work those guys put in. 5 minutes, 39 seconds left in this last Division III semifinal. It's 38-34 Hazen. Williamstown with the basketball. Working it to the right side is going to be Michael Murphy. Stop, pop, he wants a long three. Off the rim, no. Rebound fought for. There's Tyler Rivard. Wow, that kid has been everywhere tonight. Back the other way comes Hazen. Onto the right side, Asha Gould. Into the middle, Carter Hill. He draws a crowd and loses the basketball. Taken away, Thomas Parrott, up court right side, going to the basket. Right-hand floater! Right-hand floater! The officials have to confer. It's good! No charge. The right-hand floater is good. And the foul is going to come back against Tyler Rivard. That'll be 2 on him, but stepping to the foul line is going to be Thomas Parrott. Off to the right side. Doesn't make it a 3, but what it does make is a 2-point game. Hazen by 2, 38-36. They've got the lead in the basketball. Up on top is Asher Gould. Over to the left side, Rivard. All the way cross court, right side, gave him a shot. In the middle, they've got Hill. Misses a 10-footer. Battle for the rebound. Parrott, Rivard, going back and forth. They're going to call a jump ball. Going to give it to Hazen. Williamstown sets up in a little prevent. Ball's going to come all the way out to Rivard at the head of the key. I have no idea why he tried to put a bounce pass between 3, count them, 3 blue shirts. Ball's kicked out of bounds. Hazen maintains possession. Inbound play. Looking. Finally the pass. It's going to go into the backcourt. Yeah, buddy. Credit Williamstown with just not letting up. They have got the pressure on. 38-36. Hazen by 2. This will be now Williamstown basketball at their offensive end of the court. Parrott puts it into play. Up on top quickly. Around the horn they get Parrott on the left side. Parrott dribble drive in. Shot in the air. Around the rim. Got it for 2. I have no idea why that ball went in. There's no reason. Tied at 38. 4:22 left to go. Is this Jack Carrier's last basketball game? Up on top now over to the right side. Hazen. In the middle, they've got Hill. Hill is out of control. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Williamstown. We are tied 38-38. 4:10 left to go in this game. Winner goes to Super Saturday. And Hazen needs to take a timeout to talk it over. You heard the story. 38-38, 4:10 left to go. It's all going to happen here on Saturday. The noon game will feature Blue Mountain and White River. The 3:45 game, which is Division II, will feature Mount St. Joseph taking on Montpelier. And then the 7:30 night game will have Winooski and either Hazen or Williamstown. Tickets will be at the school and be available. Check the website, the VPA website. That's the Vermont Principals Association. All right, here's the story. Both coaches had the drawing board out. Man, they were going crazy. A lot of stuff was drawn up. Let's see if it works. Mike Tyson says it's great to have a plan until you get punched in the nose. Hazen basketball. Asha Gould going to put it into play. Hazen lines up on the foul line. Then they move. This is going to be stolen away. They're taken right back by Xavier Hill. Gould on the right side. In the middle, he finds Hill. Turnaround jumper. Around the rim. Got it for two. That's Carter Hill. Nice turnaround jump shot. Hazen 40. Williamstown 38. Williamstown with the basketball. Over to the right side, Michael Murphy. Slow, deliberate dribble. Thinks about the three. Decides no. Goes back up on top to Blake Clark. Clarkey with the right-hand dribble. One-on-one against Carter Hill. He needs to unload it, so he goes up on top to Murphy again. Murphy stops. They pull Parrott out from the low post. He's going to dribble down, lay it up. Off the rim, no good. Boy, that was close. Man, Parrott took that to the jungle immediately. No hesitation. Whistle and a foul is going to come back. That'll be Jaden Baker, and he'll be getting his fourth personal, which is not a good sign. Meanwhile, Thomas Parrott at the foul line, 2 for 3. Make that 2 for 4. 18 points on the night for Parrott. You know, I don't want to use the word all-star, but there are some exceptional players on both teams here tonight. And it has been a privilege to watch them play. Second one's going to round the rim and come out, but Tavian Rouleau's right there for the rebound. Parrott launches a long three, off the rim, no good, gets his own rebound, dribble drive in. This is going to be partially blocked. He gets his own rebound again. Oh, they hit the deuce from the outside. What a sweet shot by Brady Donahue. 40-40. We're tied. 3 minutes left to go in the semifinals here at the Berry Auditorium. This is the way you want to play basketball. Asha Gould. Cross court, Rivard in the middle, down low. This is Hill. Ball's in the air, nothing. Fight for the rebound. Good grab out of the air by Brady Donahue from Williamstown. He'll give it up to Michael Murphy. Murphy says, slow it down, slow it down. We got to fix the net here. And now we're going to give the ball to Williamstown. And they maintain possession. They just needed to straighten out the net. I'll tell you, those guys are sweating down there. I'm sweating up here in the press box. They have the temperature turned right up tonight. This could be like a little sauna action. Inbound play, Williamstown. Setting it up is going to be Blake Clark. One-on-one with Carter Hill. Bounce pass onto the left side. Murphy wants a three. Instead, he gives it up to Donahue, who takes a three. Hard off the back rim. Rebound comes down to Rivard. Tied at 40. Hazen, dump pass down low. Carter Hill has it taken away. It's going to go out of bounds. It will be last touched by Williamstown. Hazen will have the basketball. Hazen now looking to put the ball into play on the offensive end. Into Rivard. One dribble. Outside. Here's the move to the basket. Baker pulls up, shoots it off the rim. Here's the putback. Tyler Rivard. Tyler Rivard with the deuce on the putback. Williamstown right back the other way. Here's Thomas Parrott. Parrott now eyes the defense. Parrott on the right side has Jack Carrier talking to him. He'll go to the corner, then right back out to the outside. That's Blake Clark. Left side, dribble drive, down the lane, spin move. Nothing. Rouleau takes it, shoots it, off the rim, no good. Quick rebound. Here's the putback, got it for two! He got it for two! Yeah, buddy. Michael Murphy comes charging in, gets it, sends it up, and then he got mugged in midair. That was a midair mugging. We're going to credit to Xavier Hill. That'll be his second personal for Hazen. Stepping up the foul lines, Michael Murphy with the opportunity to make it a three-point play. Murphy has only 2 points in the game tonight. He's one of the tri-captains. Eyes it, shoots it off the rim. Rebound, big-time rebound by Hazen. Here they come back the other way. We're tied at 42. Asha Gould loses control. Gets it back. Oh, terrible pass. Xavier Hill gets it out to Rivard. He loses it. Stolen away by Blake Clark. He's going to take it coast to coast and lay it up. No. Foul was about 3 steps before the layup. We'll see who caught it. And it's going to come back, I believe, to Carter Hill. Boy, there was some really terrible passing going on the Hazen end. And all it had to be was some crisp passing. Good zeroed-in passing. And there was a deuce right there close to the basket. That's not how it came down, and Blake Clark is going to be standing at the foul line. He's 4 for 4 on the night with 13 points. Ball's in the air. Got it. Both coaches told me before the game that it was about turnovers. The team with the less turnovers will be the team at the end. This was going to go off the rim, no good. 1 point lead for Williamstown. Hazen with the basketball. Minute 36 left in regulation. Down low. Carter Hill takes it down. He's going to get fouled hard. Hill hits the floor. And he is going to take a minute to get up. I think it's an ankle. We're going to see if he's going to walk this off. He is. So Hill catches the foul from Quinn Higgs. That'll be his first. Carter's going to step up to the foul line. Currently, he is 1 for 2 at the foul line. 11 points on the night. Carter Hill shoots it. Kisses the front rim. Boy, they needed that one. Carter Hill steps back to the foul line. His team is down by 1 in the state semifinals. Minute 30 left to go in the game. There's a little pressure here for Hill. This one's off the back rim. Hill goes 0 for 2 at the foul line. Back the other way, Thomas Parrott. Parrott with Asha Gould right in his face. Parrott will hand it up to the outside. No, we need a timeout. Minute 19 left to go in this game. Right now, Williamstown up by 1, 43-42, and we will be right back.
Tell San Giacomo Datura and McQuest. Corporate law to
DEV presented by Maple.
All the Hazen fans are dressed in red, and then there's the line of demarcation, and all the Williamstown fans are in blue. That's the adults. Same thing with the kids. Red versus blue. How much fun is this? This crowd is now electric. Williamstown basketball, they're up by 1, minute 19. Somebody's going to the championship, somebody's going home. Thomas Parrott, Asha Gould in his face. Puts the ball on the deck with the left hand, heads out to the left wing. Bounce pass up on top to Murphy. Murphy's going to dribble all the way around to the right side, almost has it stolen. Underneath, there's the move. Holy cow! Asha Gould blocks the shot. Yeah, buddy. Holy Toledo. We can't see the Williamstown guy that shot it, but what I can tell you is Asha Gould sent it back. It was an absolute Elvis Presley in that it was a return to sender. And that all happened underneath the basket in just a couple of seconds. We still have a minute, 1 second left on the clock. And Williamstown supporting a 1 point lead, 43-42. In what is going to be one of the best games here at the Barry Auditorium. And we have had some exceptional games. This has just been a great year for basketball. And while I have a second, I usually do this on the final Saturday debate. I want to take a moment to thank all the wonderful people who take time out to send in personal notes and enjoy listening to the basketball game. I want to take a minute to thank every school, their athletic director, the administrators and coaches. They are so professional and kind to Radio Vermont, both our stations, LVB and DEV. We want to say a big thank you to all the schools. All right, let's get ready for this one. 1 minute, 1 second left to go. 43-42. Williamstown on top. They've got the ball in the offensive end. Looking for the inbound play. Ball's going to be tipped. Picked up by Williamstown. Stolen away. Rivard. He's got a runner. It's Jaden Baker. Got it for 2. Baker hits it for 2. With 50 seconds on the clock. Hazen by 1. 44-43. Williamstown with the basketball. Picking it up as Murphy down low. Shot near. Got it. He got it. 43 seconds underneath the basket. The shovel pass went right into Brady Donahue, and he put in a deuce off the glass. Mumbo Wumbo, that one was a biggie. Brady Donahue. The key here is, though, that Jaden Baker's going to foul out with that one. Whoa! Boom shakalaka-laka. Boom shakalaka-laka. How much fun is that? Right now, Williamstown is leading by 1, 45-44. And that's with the 2-point basket being counted. Brady Donahue is going to step back to the foul line. Actually, it's his first trip to the foul line. 9 points on the night. First trip to the foul line for the junior. He comes in at about 6'1". He started, he came off the bench, great utility man. At the foul line, ball's off the rim, no good. Hazen with the rebound, this is Mashad. 41 seconds on the clock. Hazen's down by 1. Into the forecourt. Asha Gould with the basketball. Into Rivard. Looks underneath, nobody home. Rivard now. 30 seconds on the clock. Timeout, Hazen. I saw that coming a mile away. The instructions for Asha was to see what defense was going to be in front of him. He just didn't see it. Aaron Hill saw it. And when Asha Gould went out to the right perimeter, that's when Aaron knew that he needs to change strategy, and that's when he got the timeout. Meantime, Williamstown stuck right to their package. Their defensive package was just what they wanted, and they forced the timeout. In an economy of words, that is what just happened. No, we got some issues in the student section. And we've got a Hazen student leaving. Meanwhile, the action we're interested in is on the court. There are 30 seconds in regulation. Williamstown has a 1-point lead, 45-44. Hazen has the basketball on the offensive end. I don't need a crowd mic for this. There are 2,000 people standing in right now. Taking the ball out of bounds is Asha Gould, the 6-foot senior for Hazen. Has come on strong tonight. Looking for the inbound pass, he finds it. Down low, Rivard, turnaround jumper, he got it! He got it! Kyle Rivard, deuce off the glass with 24 seconds. The other way, here's the dribble drive, ball in the air, rebound, no good. Back the other way comes Hazen. Asha Gould is going to get fouled. Wow, what a play. Hazen goes up by 14.1 seconds on the clock. Do you realize that you're listening to the only 2 radio stations in Vermont that are broadcasting high school basketball from the Barry Auditorium? Please take a minute to thank our sponsors. Hazen basketball at midcourt. They're up by 146-45. Williamstown doesn't go into a prevent. They're going to go man-to-man. Or so it seems. Yes, they are. Looking for an inbound pass. He's got Hill. Dump pass over to Xavier. 11 seconds on the clock. They're going to foul him. Michael Murphy reaches in. 10 seconds on the clock. Actually, they're going to, let's see who they charge with that. No, they're going to charge Blake Clark with that. Clarkey gets his first. Hazen has the basketball with 10.5 seconds into Xavier. He's going to get fouled immediately. Blake Clark fouls him the minute he touches it. And that will be 7 fouls, creating a 1-and-1. Blake Clark, 2 quick fouls. They had to be done. This could be Jack Carrier's farewell. Xavier Hill at the foul line. 6 points. Nails it! Xavier Hill just nailed it. This gym is crazy. Hazen, 47-45. Hill, one more. Got it! 9 seconds on the clock. It takes a 3-point shot now. Timeout. Good call this time by Jack Carrier. Williamstown has 6.6 seconds. Now, when you play with the game clock, you figure that the offensive player with the basketball has to make the move somewhere around 7 seconds. So this is the time to get it into play and make them move immediately. The question is, they need a three-point shot. Who are they going to give it to? Or do they chance taking it down the lane? Do they chance taking it right up the gut, laying it up, and getting a call? That's one of the thoughts to consider. Other than that, it's a three-point shooter. Williamstown has got the three-point shooter. Thomas Parrott would be the first choice. Brady Donahue would be the second choice. Blake Clark would be the third choice. Wow, you hear what I just said? They've got three-point shooters. Right now, Thomas Parrott leads the crew with 4 threes. Hazen now, starters come to midcourt. They get into a circle. That's Tyler Rivard, the 6'4 junior, leading the team. They're in their defensive mode now. Williamstown will have time for one shot. They're going to put it into play. Quick look, ball comes into Parrott. Parrott stops, dishes it out. Here's a shot on the run. Off the rim, no good. Here's the putback. Got it for two, but it's not enough. It's not enough. They missed the three-point call, and the putback is just not enough. Pandemonium has broken out at the Berry Auditorium. Parents and children in red are jumping and bumping, singing. Williamstown, the team is in tears. They wanted this for their coach. This was Jack Carrier's farewell. And boy, you can tell it by the look and the face of these players. What an incredible performance by two exceptional basketball teams. They left it on the court. And by the way, that was Brady Donahue underneath the basket. Final score tonight, Hazen comes out on top 48-45. They'll go on Saturday to meet to meet Winooski. We'll be back with the game wrap-up right after this.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Macy from Mansfield Orthopedics here at Copley Hospital. My specialty is shoulder surgery and reconstruction. We have an incredible staff from physical therapy to surgery to non-operative care. I'm Joe McLaughlin. I'm one of the orthopedic surgeons at Mansfield Orthopedics. My specialty is in hand and upper extremity surgery. Generally, I ask what it is that is troubling you. Once I get a handle on what your problem is, we talk about a number of different solutions to make that problem go away. And that anyone
Field Savings Bank, you. Our
all on WDEV.
Out at midcourt. What I saw just now after the teams giving the high five was Aaron Hill going directly over to Jack Carrier, giving him a hug. I don't know what he said, but I'm sure it was about his incredible season and, of course, his career. And credit Aaron Hill and Jack Carrier for meeting it halfway and exchanging just something that two strong professional competitors would do and say. Let's take a look and see how this game went. At the end of the first quarter, Hazen was up 17-8. But then going into halftime, it was Williamstown coming back in that second quarter. They went in with a score of 28-23. They took a 5-point lead into the locker room. Coming out, it was again Williamstown as they, at the end of the third quarter, had a 2-point lead, 34-32. And then the buster came in the fourth quarter, and it was a final score of 48-45. Hazen, you couldn't ask for a better basketball game. You couldn't ask for two better teams. And now we're going to see what they do on Saturday. Let's break it down and see what happens scoring-wise. Thomas Parrott for Williamstown, 16 points on the night. He went 2 for 4 at the foul line. Michael Murphy, 2 points on the night, 0 for 1 at the foul line. James DeForge with 2. Brady Donahue comes up with 11, and 2, including 2 very key baskets. And we look down to Blake Clark. Clark had 14 points on the night. I think the key for Clark is that he went 5 for 6 at the foul line. Scoring for Hazen Union looked like this. Asha Gould comes up with 5 points, including a way long-distance three-pointer in the fourth quarter. Jaden Baker fouled out with 4 points on the night. Xavier Hill comes in with 8, 2 for 2 at the foul line. Carter Hill, 11 points on the night. He went 1 for 4 at the foul line. Tyler Rivard, 13 points on the night for Rivard. He went 1 for 2 at the foul line. And wrapping it all up is going to be Lincoln Michaud. He had 7 points tonight, 1 for 1 at the foul line. We'll be back with our nominations for the player of the game right after this.
Giving everything you've got on Gives Their All.
To teach what they want to do as adults.
Name in a class.
Scholarships, Wood, and the Vermont Travelers by Cody Chevrolet.
Offensively and or defensively. And that was
Local Chevy dealer. Visit CodyChevrolet.com today. Here are tonight's nominees.
You know, once you get to the Berry Auditorium, there are so many players that step up and do something that is very important, both offensively and or defensively, and that was the story tonight. But if you have to break it down, our nominations for player of the game would go to Thomas Parrott, the senior from Williamstown, 16 points on the night. Thomas Parrott played his heart out tonight. He left it all on the court, and I'm sure that his family as well as his school are very proud of him. A second nomination is going to be Blake Clark. Clark, the 5'10 senior, 14 points on the night, and he was an automatic pilot as he worked that lane so professionally and came back the other way on defense. Hands were good, quick in transition. For Hazen, the nomination is going to go to a 5'11 senior, Carter Hill. Hill with 11 points on the night, and he was making it happen everywhere. It was his aggressive nature that brought that ball towards the basketball. Instead of going east and west, he headed north. And my second nomination is a very impressive junior, and that's Tyler Rivard. Rivard, 13 points on the night, but he was battling it out down under all night long. He and Quinn Higgs, that was a great matchup, and then he matched up so well with Tavian Rulo. Those are our nominations. We'll be back with our player of the game right after this.
There are a lot
store and down you to be challenged.
Holiday tradition repeater case.
From the Vermont Travelers Service.
He popped out. Tonight's player of the game is going to go to 6'4" junior Tyler Rivard from Hazen Union High School. 13 points for the night, but that does not tell anywhere near the whole story. As this young man was battling it out under the boards all night, he popped out. A couple of nice shots from the outside. Tyler Rivard made his community and his school proud. He is our player of the game from the Berry Auditorium in the semifinals. Okay, the stage is set. It's going to all happen here on Saturday. We'll be here starting at high noon, going throughout the whole day. We'll go to Division 4, Division 2, Division 3, and what a day we're going to have. For Andy McMichaels, I'm Brent Curtis. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Remember, it's nice to be important, but it is more important to be nice. We'll be back on the air on Saturday. So long, everybody. Thank you, Andy.